traders, this is Sly. Again, this is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, we actually have a times two boosted summons, but we're not here to talk about that. So we're going to talk about how to get an 8 chest per day. All right? 8 chest. Okay, so probably 6 or 7 to 8 chest. As you can see, we've down all four difficulties. I can actually hit where I'm at. Okay, so I can hit one key for Ultra Nightmare and then one key for Nightmare. Of course, brutal and hard. All right, where's my score here? 88 and then hard. All right, so having said that, I'm gonna show you how I actually did this. So we're gonna run through like let's say what they call a short video or recording doing Ultra Nightmare. Though I actually hit this during the Void affinity, but still this comp here I can change it to like affinity friendly comp. Though I might not get a good score, but at least let me show you how it's being done, and also probably how to let's say manipulate the boss stun priority. Okay, let me go ahead and hit this. So in this, for red affinity, what I usually do is either I would use wake affinity lead, or I would use like Doom Priest as the cleanser or any cleanser as long as it wouldn't mess up your turn order. All right, so in this comp, let us mostly for Void Affinity, this is the main champions I'm using because I can hit one key. So after the reset around 6 a.m., that's Eastern, um, I use this comp for Void, and then like after 20 to 25 minutes, I hit the Void Nightmare, and then I waited for like after 6 hours for another key. I hit like brutal, avoid, and then hard. All right. But if change affinity, as long as it's not the ultra nightmare, all right, it's easy to make this comp an affinity friendly. Let's say, for example, this ultra nightmare. Okay, I'm just gonna use let's see. Right, I'm gonna use where's Frozen Banshee. So Frozen Banshee here, I'm gonna use her. So she will be targeted by the boss stun skill. Right, Frozen Banshee has the same speed with Septimus, probably not the same damage or gears, but at least if I want to make, I'm not sure if I can do one key if this is no, if it's a different affinity than Void. But if probably given the right champions, I could probably do so. But doesn't matter if you can two key or one key. I'm just gonna show you how it's being done. All right. So let's go ahead and start. So the same setup. I'm gonna use A3 for Warcaster. All right. This is the usual setup, okay, of turn order. All right. A1 for Seeker, and then just A2. Just A2 for Feign. All right. The reason why I use A2 for Feign is her A3 can actually do something like life steal. So once the boss hits, her health would actually go back to normal. Okay. And we'll use A2 for Rush Guard. And then, of course, just hit auto here. And of course, Feign, A3 would actually uh, regen or get her back to his full health or her full health. All right, so what we're just trying to witness here is who's going to be stunned. All right. Um, so I can say Frozen Banshee most likely. There we go. So let's do another turn. Okay. Let's do another turn just to make sure that Frozen Banshee is the one is getting stunned. Um, S- Seeker, I don't have like probably decent gear for Seeker where he could get like more defense compared to probably Septimus or Frozen Banshee, whoever's gonna get stunned. But I gave him the new ring, who can where he can get the shield based on his damage. So right, and the most important thing here is actually to make sure that you at least have 85 or up crit rate before you pump up your critical damage. Okay, if you don't have that, then better yet, um, focus on critical rate before you do critical damage. So, all right, as we witness, Frozen Banshee got the second stun. All right, so on and so forth. So let me cut the video. Let me show you the next difficulty. All right, so we're now here with the Nightmare difficulty. Let me go ahead and hit battle here. So he's a magic affinity. This time I'm not gonna change anything because of course Septimus is a weaker affinity. So Septimus will get the stun every time. So same turn order. Um, A1 and then okay A2 again for Fane. A2 for Rush Guard. So Septimus not gonna use his A2 because Fane have has not landed her decreased defense and weaken yet, so we'll wait up until the next turn. And then we'll just hit auto. Alright. So most likely Septim's gonna get stunned here because Fane just got her life in full again. And then Septimus has a bit of damage and he's a leader, so that's also one thing that would affect the stun priority of the clan boss. By the way, I'm gonna show you a video that I made probably 6 or more months ago um, regarding the stun priority. All right, so at least it would help you out doing this kind of comp. And for a free-to-play or low spender, if you can do like 4 keys, um, that would really like daily. That would give you really a lot of resources. All right, let's say in a month, if you're just getting the Ascension Potion and gems, sometimes you can even get shard on the hard difficulty and brutal. All right, sometimes books or for clan CVC event. So that would really great help you a lot. All right, because I can do probably 250k points in CVC without spending anything. Just basically my free resources, or not compromising my account. So that's it. Septimus got the second stun. So let me go ahead and pause the video. Let's go to the brutal difficulty. So this is the brutal difficulty. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him. So it's a spirit affinity. So in this affinity, you really need to have like a cleanser, right? Or at least a Doom Priest, whoever can do stuff like Doom Priest. You really need her or him. So though Doom Priest has an aura of 15% speed, so we're not gonna use him as her as a leader. Instead, we'll use Fane and then put Doom Priest in. Okay, just like that. And let's hit the Brutal Spirit Affinity. So same thing. The one's gonna get the stand here is actually Doom Priest. All right, let's do A2 and then here and then just hit auto. That's it. All right. So the weaker affinity here is Doom Priest. She's the only weaker affinity. If it's the Spirit affinity clan boss, most likely she's the one's gonna get stunned. But if it's like for brutal, if it's just like a void affinity, all right, I would still use the same comp, okay, that I have here. Either Septimus followed by Fane, followed by let's say Rush Guard, followed by Seeker. Last is gonna be Warcaster. So the arrangement is also one of the factor. I guess I'm not really sure how the dev made their like programming, how they program it. But the order though might somewhat affect the stand priority. Okay, but not really such a big deal to be worried about. As long as you put your stand priority as your leader and followed by the second one, this three shouldn't be stunned at all. Wirecaster, Seeker, and Rush Guard. They should not be or get stunned at all. All right. But if they have a cleanser, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So Doom Priest get the second stand. Let me go ahead and pause the video. Let's go to now the hard difficulty. All right. In this hard difficulty, if you notice, guys, some of the uh, uh, my colleague here or my clan members actually hit a little bit less score compared to mine. Not to put him in the spotlight, but just basically, we're just gonna get an idea on how it actually happened. So if you can see, they're actually getting more scores in Ultra Nightmare compared to me. See, he was getting like 80, 81.4 M, but mine is just like 74. All right, he should be getting like probably invest like 100 million. Um, but it's okay, it doesn't really matter, all right? The way why it matters to me to get more of that because probably we're just three hitting the hard, so if it's not gonna be down, then you're not gonna have times two chest. That's why I'm working to get the most of the scores here. All right, I'll explain to you. You need to really tweak the turn order a bit. So we're not gonna change Septimus here. This is my usual comp. So we're not gonna change it because this is magic. So Weaker Affinity is gonna be the spirit. I'm not gonna change it, but I'm gonna tweak the turn order um, later. So let's just go with the usual turn order here. Let's see. Usual turn order is gonna be A3 for Wirecaster, A1 for Seeker, and then A2 for Vayne, A2 for Rushguard, A1 for Septimus, A1 again. We're not gonna hit the A2 because we need to wait for the decreased defense to maximize the damage or decrease defense and weaken from Feint to maximize the damage. And then just hit auto here. So we would notice, okay, that along the way, Septimus gonna get uh, the black damage every turn, right? That's probably what's going on with the Bat Eater comp. I used to take over like several, I took over several accounts using the Bat Eater, but not really hitting hard, so I didn't notice. But that's probably what they were experiencing. They can't complete the full 50 turns because the champion actually is getting stunned along the way. So for this, we're gonna manual it a bit. All right. Um, let's see. In this turn, okay, let's just manual it first. All right. All right. Septimus is getting actually damage here. Um, this is probably. All right. Let's check. Septimus. All right. This is probably we need to use Warcaster A3. Okay, just take a look at the turn order, turn count. That's four. And then let me see. Because the way how it should, uh, how the order or the turn order should work is Warcaster first uses A3 followed by the boss. Okay, so Septimus will still get like black the black damage buff. And then once the boss take his turn, that's where Septimus takes his turn as well. Let me see. Okay, so we're gonna pass on. We're gonna pass on. Let's Septimus. Let me see. Are we gonna pass on Septimus? Because most likely Septimus is gonna go first before the boss. So probably this is where we will be using. Okay. So just imagine this boss skill. Once the boss actually hits his or just about to hit the seg or his A2. So you would see one and then three. So this is one cooldown. It's about to use his A2. Let's use our rush card's A3, right? Then pass on Warcaster there. So of course Septimus will get his turn first, okay, before the boss. So we still get like a black damage buff, right? And then, okay, of course, okay, so one. We're not gonna use this yet. Just A1, so Septimus. This time the boss would actually take his turn first. Let's see. All right. Let's see who's gonna take turn first. Oh, probably still Septimus is gonna go first. Okay, my bad on that. Um, let's check. So Septimus is gonna go first, right? Okay. Let's just do this. Okay. So this is where Rashguard's supposed to use his skill. All right, my bad. Okay, Septimus got the turn here. I think this is where probably we will be using Wirecaster. I really didn't, remember or put it into my mind. All right. So we're not gonna use this. We'll pass on it because most likely the boss would actually go first before Septimus. Let's see. See, the boss was gonna go. Will actually go first. So let's use this. I mean the boss, right? And then Septimus. See. So that's turn six. Okay, 5 to 6. Turn six before the boss actually hits. Warcast is the one's gonna go first before the boss. So that's where you would use Warcaster's A3, and then the boss, and then followed by Septimus. So Septimus still get the black damage buff. All right, didn't hit it. There you go. All right. So this time, would probably be. Is it? Are we gonna be using the A2? Because Rush Guard will still get his second turn. Let me think about this. Okay, I think we will use it. Should we pass or use it? Seeker. I think let's pass on it. And then let's hit auto. Let's see what's going to happen. There you go. That's actually the right timing. So there you go. So Rush Guard actually just cast his um, A3 skill. So that's the whole cycle there. All right. Septimus will always get like black damage buff every time. Okay. So just remember around turn six, um, before the let's say let's see here, before the boss hits his see yeah, before the boss hits his second A2, then Warcaster needs to cast um his black damage buff. So just remember, before the boss casts his A2, Warcaster needs to use his A3 skills, and then the turn should be like Warcaster A3, boss A2, and then Septimus turn. So Septimus always get a black damage buff. All right, that should explains it. All right, so that should do a full cycle or a full turn, complete the full turn of 50, turn 50. Although we might not be able to get same damage as what I did in Void because we're getting like decreased accuracy here. All right, but it's okay. It's still probably more than 70 million damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and just have this ended. All right, I'm just gonna close the app. I'm gonna pause the video because I don't want to use, oh, I don't want to waste my keys here. Okay. Okay. All right, so we're here, guys. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and explain the gears here. I probably explained it. I actually explained it in my previous video, the road to 1 key, and when I was able to do 1 key as well. But let me just, for some guys that you probably the first time to watch this video of my unkillable team, let me show you some stats here. So with Rush Card, you need to have at least this. Immortal, because technically you need to rush guard to regen his HP because he would definitely, let's say, rush guard is kind of squishy, unless you have him, like, say, on a gear that has really a good defense sab stats. But most likely for rush guard, you would go for a higher attack as possible. So if you have here Immortal set, and then you could probably get his speed to 146 with 100% crit. Is actually over 100% crit. That should be good. But if you wanna have him, probably can do more damage set, and then if you have some gears that has like defense percentage, you can really pump up on his defense, so he won't get like um really low. His HP is not gonna go low as along the way. But I would suggest really an immortal set for him. All right, because sometimes your turn order would mess up if a rush guard would get stunned. All right, so this is what my total stats for him. Okay. 48k HP, attack 32. You can go as high as this. So basically, the most important factor here is the speed, 246, and of course the critical rate. All right. Yes, you can see my critical damage not that high, but as long as you can get your critical rate 80% or above, then you can pump up critical damage as much as you want, as long as you won't compromise the speed. Okay, that's really the most important for him. Um, Resistance and accuracy doesn't really matter. It will be really better if he can't land those black buff debuff. All right, so um, masteries. For masteries, I'm using these masteries like offense masteries, more damage, and of course, use this. masteries. But I think you could go with not sure because it is supposed to be his masteries. The usual defense and offense masters for Glandos. As typical masteries. All right, for Septimus, I have him on relentless set because he's being stunned most of the time every 3 turns. Um, so accuracy, you need to at least have 220 accuracy for him to extend those debuffs Fane is doing. And then speed is 120. All right, relentless set with a bit of speed gears. If you really have an OP gears out there that probably can replace the speed without compromising the required speed stats. If you can do an attack or ignore defense or critical damage gears, well, it's going to be okay. Okay, he can do more damage. And with total stats here, struggling with a decent set that could probably give him around like 100% or at least 85 uh, percent and above critical rate without compromising accuracy as well. So it would be better, all right? So I'm planning to probably, if I can get a good relentless set with critical rate, accuracy, and speed, that would be probably better. All right, so that's it. The total stats of Septimus. And masteries, I put in this one, this book, so he can, um, because I believe this would give you like 5% chance, because his passive is only 30%. And then plus this is going to be 35%, and then pump up his stats a bit. Um, this is his passive, by the way. 30% chance of receiving the reasonable debuffs. So with Relentless, he can actually do more, or most likely have a higher chance to proc the extension of debuff. All right, so Master's the same. Typical Masteries. Don't put him on a life steal set. It won't probably reach that point, but don't put him this one. What else? All right, so that's basically it for Septimus. All right, let's go to. Sorry, I closed it out. Let's go to here Warcaster. So Warcaster, just 166 speed, all speed set, 166. Um, probably do more defense as much as possible, so the stun won't go to him. Because sometimes he gets like poison damage, and then at least accuracy is 100%. See, make critical damage is really low. Resistance and accuracy doesn't really matter. So just speed and the critical rate, and of course the attack is what you need to focus on. Some defense. Okay. Let's see. For what else? Seeker. Where's Seeker? All right, Seeker here was able to make him like 100% crit. It's actually over 100% because, of course, I have here the gloves. Um, here, I don't have a gloves critical rate that has critical damage, so I probably would be replacing that once I get one. Let me check if I actually have one for speed. Um, oh, Feign and Rush Guard is actually using it. So just critical rate and probably critical damage. Uh, there you go. I might be using this. Okay. Doesn't matter if he has speed or not. Alright. But once I get a hold of one, then I'll change his gear. Now, for total stats, it's going to be 248 for his speed. All right. Put more damage as much as you can. And then debuff doesn't really matter. So critical rate is at least 100%. So I don't have those really gears yet because I'm just afraid to play. So whatever comes around, that's the one I'm gonna use him for him. But one thing, sometimes my run won't be successful because of him is getting stunned. So I decided to use this to give him shield. All right, to give him a shield because sometimes his passive's not gonna, it's not proccing to regain his health and then put some increased defense. So sometimes that's the reason why he got stunned because he just like has let's say 2.5 defense, all right, and then really low HP. So I put him on this so he can have a shield at least, and then that makes my run like 100%. All right, 100%, no fail. Okay, total stats or masteries. Let's go to masteries. Typical masteries for him. All right, so put him on life steal so he can regain health. Doesn't really matter. Uh, that's it. More attack, attack, attack. So this one probably is HP because I don't have anything yet at the moment. Okay, and lastly, I keep closing this champion. Let's say champion dialogue or interface. So lastly, it's going to be Fane. So I have some decent relentless set for her. Fane is really doing a lot of damage. Okay, followed by Septimus because he has poisons. And Septimus is getting the stun. So 247 speed is for her, and then accuracy, of course, because that's the one that really matters. Accuracy, and then relentless. So I put Feign the critical rate. I used to have him critical damage, but I can get the critical rate to at least 85%, so I replace it. And that the reason why I was able to get like one key. Before I was just like 67, but, but because of the critical rate just really too low. And when I replace it on critical rate, they were able to do like 70. That's consistent. 70 plus million consistent. All right. When actually when I put Seeker to critical rate, 100% or even more critical rate, my run is right 74M, pretty consistent. Right? So that's really the least 73M. Before I used to have, there were some runs that I was getting just 70 million. So critical rate is really important for Clown Boss versus critical damage. But if you have 85% critical rate, then that's the time that you could probably use some critical damage gloves, as long as you can have 85% or up. So that's it, probably, guys. For masteries, Feign masteries, the same extension, extend. Master X is to extend. This is to cycle or to cooldown, increase stats. That's typical masteries for attack and support. Okay, so that's probably it, guys. I'm gonna show you a void like video. I'm hitting void and then getting those score that I wanted. One key for Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and then mostly around like 70 to like 90 million scores for each key from Ultra Nightmare to Hard. All right. So if you like the video, of course, hit like if you have any idea how we could improve this or any idea that could probably help our viewers here, the free-to-play and low spenders, please do so. Please put a comment below. I'm gonna pin a comment also for the Stun Boss Stun Priority Guide. All right. And I'm gonna, of course, consider subscribing because I'm gonna do a video for Void, all Void runs and that would probably help you also in getting 8 chests a day, 7 to 8, depending if your clanmates also hitting the hard. There was even a time where I got like 12 chests because player gave us like 2 extra key. So for a free to play or low spenders, getting 4 chests daily, it's really big help. Okay, for resources. Just think about this. Hard and brutal gives you consistent of gems and ascension potions, sometimes even shards or books, especially now with CVC. You really need those resources. Okay, so all right. This is me, Sly. Thank you. And again, for the last time, please subscribe to and hit the notification bell to get the or to be notified for the next video, all void ones from Ultra Nightmare to Hard. All right. Thank you. This is Sly once again. You have a great day. Bye bye.